Hello and welcome back to How to Build Software Without Coding. I'm Mr. Hackathon and I show you how to build software without coding. And in this tutorial, I am going to show you how to build a multi-agent conversational framework without coding. To give you an overview about what this is, we're going to have about 6 or 7 AI agents. And what they're going to do is take a proposal, a government proposal, and they're going to provide their feedback on it, and they're going to vote on it, whether it should be accepted or whether it should be rejected. What we have is the initial agent that does the processing, the topic extraction, and feeds it to all these smaller specialized agents. So we have 4 or 5 here. I have 5. I think I might have 5 here, but I only did the workflow for 2. What we have here is the counselor of the exchequer, which is like your finance person, minister for public health. We have secretary of state for foreign, commonwealth and development affairs, secretary of state for the home department, and secretary of state for science, innovation and technology. So these are all smaller specialized agents that are meant to lean upon the expertise of that particular role. So we're going to feed it a proposal, it's going to extract the topic and then feed it to the most relevant agent first. And that agent is going to kick off the workflow for the other agents. The interface we're using to do this is actually Telegram. So there's an easy way for you to create Telegram bots. Here I've created, you can actually see here, this was the input here, and this was the output vote. Yes, that it should be accepted. So what we're going to do is send the message to the Telegram bot that's going to kick off the automation, and then we're going to get feedback from the agent, so whether it should be accepted or rejected. Let's go back. So what we want to do is hit run once, and I'm going to actually select wait for new data. And I'm going to grab my examples or proposals. So let's grab this one. And before I put the message in the Telegram bot, let me stop this and just show you this workflow of what's happening. So the message is going to be picked up here, and that is the initial trigger. Then we have topic extraction. So it's just an AI agent to extract the topic. The reason we're doing this is because we want to find out which assistant should respond first. So it extracts the topic and it prioritizes the assistant. So here we have a prompt that basically says, hey, here are the 5 assistants, prioritize which one should go first. We have a router, and in this router, it's sending it to whatever assistant should go first. And on these paths, we actually have a filter. So here, if the assistant prioritization is equal to counselor of the exchequer, the counselor of the exchequer goes first. Here, if it's equal to the minister for public health, the minister for public health goes first. So this is how we've created the workflow. I hit run again. I'll go ahead and paste my message or my proposal. You can see it's being picked up. You can see that is prioritized the Secretary of State for Science, Innovation and Technology. And obviously this is data related. So this is kind of what I would expect. It's processing. So first, the Secretary of State of Science, Innovation and Technology gives their input. Then the Counselor of the Exchequer gives their input. Then it does a summary and tallies up the votes of yes or no. And it sends the response to the Telegram bot. If we go back to Telegram, we would see After examining the proposal, it appears to suggest a significant divergence from current data protection framework, GDPR, to a risk-based privacy management program. It needs to be noted that privacy is a component of data protection, but data protection encompasses much more. It seems to suggest that the proposal should be rejected. It doesn't actually specifically say whether the proposal should be rejected. So we're going to jump back in and see what actually happened at each step. So at this step, it received the proposal. You can see right here. Here we have a prompt to extract the topic. So if we go to the output, we can see, hey, proposed shift from GDPR's data and protection to a risk-based privacy management program. You can see here it prioritizes the assistant. So it takes the input from the topic extraction and chooses which assistant should go first. And then obviously I showed you the routers, and we can see what the Secretary of State for Science, Innovation and Technology has said. You can see here, it seems to reject the proposal, although, so it says, I'd endorse further exploration and discussion on how to incorporate risk-based privacy management effectively without undermining GDPR's comprehensive protection. So it's basically rejecting the proposal without specifically saying no. So this is also an issue with some with AI agents, especially for this use case, that they quickly become yes men and they quickly become very, very agreeable. So in the future, I am going to work on how to work around that. We want to see what the Counselor of the Exchequer said. So let's go here. So the Counselor of the Exchequer is agreeing with the feedback from the Secretary of State for Science, Innovation and Technology. It also added, based on its experience, given the impact of such a change on our economy, particularly in the sectors mentioned, a detailed study and plan should be undertaken to ensure that the program is integrated in a way that adds value to our data and data protection regime. Here, it explicitly says, considering these reasons, I vote no to the proposal. And what we see here is the summary of both. You can see here, therefore, given the feedback, I vote no from the Counselor as Exchequer and the reviewer. And I actually sent the wrong one, so we're going to make a slight adjustment here. And then we're going to try another example. So what I sent is the first message and not actually the summary. So what we're going to do is grab that summary and use that there. And we're going to try another use case. So I am going to, here, I'm going to grab this one. And just before I grab that one, what I actually want to do is add another Telegram module. And what I'm going to do is just clone this one. I just have to make sure this summary, okay. We want to grab the message thread ID. So I want to find, let me just double check which one's the thread ID. Okay, I don't need to put the thread ID. I just need to put the chat ID. Okay. So this is good to go. Just double check. Double check this one. So hit run once, wait for new data. I'm going to post this new proposal. It's been picked up. Obviously, it's gone to the Counselor of Exchequer first because it's finance related. Now the Minister of Public Health, or the Minister for Public Health, is chiming in. And now it's creating a summary. And it's sent back to Telegram. It said, in summary, the first proposal, which involves regulations for buy now, pay later schemes and aligning private finance with the environmental goals of Paris Agreement, received a yes vote. So it seems to have said yes. Labour. It seems to have said yes. We probably need to work a little bit more on the prompts because some of this doesn't actually make sense. So we can take a look back at what they said individually and how the AI actually interpreted some of the information and what it was asked to do. So here it says yes, the finance minister of the councillor of the Exchequer voted yes. The Minister for Public Health actually voted no, which is interesting. So here you only got 2 people or 2 assistants, so it's a little bit difficult to tally up the votes because it's a break even. So it's saying revisions are necessary to address these issues before the proposal should be accepted. So my assumption is it rejected the proposal. Obviously, this needs a little bit of work, but this is 80% of the experiment done. The reason I left these out because I just wanted to give it very simple and very specific to these flows rather than spending a lot of time on these flows too. If you have any questions about AI, automation, or no code, feel free to reach out to me, and happy hacking.